everyone, this is FarmhouseFitChick with some warm-up exercises that you can do before a leg day. This warm-up is called butt kicks. It's a simple but great way to get the blood flowing through the legs and the body prep for exercise. So the movement will be from the knees down. We'll make sure that the upper legs are stationary. Here's a side view and a rear angle too. Notice the movement is only from the knees down. And we're going to want to do this for about 30 seconds before moving on to the next warm-up exercise. Once again, this is called butt kicks. This warm-up exercise is called dumbbell UBE. UBEs stand for upper body ergometer. This is a great warm-up as your legs are working to stabilize your upper body while your core is nice and engaged and your arms are cycling through the movement. It's important that your feet are shoulder width apart and your toes are pointing forward. Your knees are above your ankles, your hips are back, and your gut is tucked in. Shoulders are down and back, and making sure that the chin is not jutting forward. Now we're ready to begin. You will pedal your arms forward as if pedaling a bicycle. I'm using 5-pound dumbbells because this is a warm-up exercise. You don't have to go heavy. You can use anything from 2 to 10-pound dumbbells. This is just to get the blood flowing. Strength training should never be a race. Slow and controlled movements are key for preventing injury and building lean mass. We're going to make sure we don't overextend the elbows there, so just nice and slow controlled movements. We're going to do this for about 30 seconds, and then we're ready to move on to the next warm-up exercise. This warm-up is called dumbbell jabs. Because it is a warm-up, we can start with light weights focusing on form. I'm using 5-pound dumbbells. You can use anything from 2 to 10 pounds. Once again, this is just to get the body warmed up and the blood flowing. So let's go through our proper form and technique. Our feet should be shoulder width apart. Our toes are pointed forward. Our knees are above the ankles. Our hips are back. Our gut is tucked in and our shoulders are down and back. This movement should not be jerky. Remember, slow and controlled movement is the key. So we're going to alternate our arms with a jab motion, making sure not to lock the elbows and also not to lock those knees. Here's the side view, and we're going to do this for about 30 seconds, just alternating jabs, coming back to that resting point at the waist before jabbing again. Remember, this is just to get the blood flowing. We'll do it for 30 seconds, and then we'll move on to the next warm-up. This warm-up exercise is called downhill skiers. It is one of my favorite warm-ups. It's very similar to a kettlebell swing, except this one you're going to focus like you are going down a mountain on skis. If you focus on the hip movement and not on your knees, you will be able to engage your glutes and your hams while stabilizing your body and working the core. Remember that the movement is with your hips and not with your knees. So we're going to come forward and then we're going back. So propelling forward, and the hip is what brings your dumbbells back. It's just a nice, slow and controlled movement. You're going to do it for about 30 seconds, and here is the side view. Toes are forward, knees are not locked, elbows are not locked, and you're imagining yourself swinging and skiing down that mountain. And that's the downhill skier warm-up.